Look at this. Somebody come look at this.
I hate to come on here looking so raggedy, but we gotta talk about this shit right now. Okay. My PO just told me I cannot work for an Airbnb cleaning service because I'm a registered. Then I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm finna volunteer at this church. Oh, you can't volunteer at a church. You're registered.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Oh, okay, I'm finna work for, okay, well, finally, let me get a job because, I don't want to get sent back to prison just because I'm poor. Oh, you can't do that? You can't make no money working no job? You a registered sex? You know what I'm saying? And I know that's a crazy intro. I know it is. Y'all.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
First things first, if you seeing me right now. Second thing, sensitive topic, because the number one crime is you unaliving somebody and you taking advantage of somebody sexually. On this story, she wants to claim she's the victim, but I'm like, how is the other girl a victim, which was, I learned, I guess the girl was 13 at the time. She was 19 and her boyfriend was 22 at the time. I'm like, if you're the victim, why are you sounding like a suspect? Hey, man, like I said, sensitive. Let's get it.
I know it is. Y'all want to know how you ended up on the. If y'all want to know how I ended up on the registration, we're going balls to the wall with this. Because at this point, it's too many people on registration that don't belong. Period. I still don't belong. Okay? And this is so ridiculous. You don't even know the half of the shit. How ridiculous it is. And I'm speaking up for myself. So it is what it is.
The number one thing for me is, why are you on the internet saying this so comfortable? It don't even matter what the details are. The point is, if everybody in your neighborhood gotta know, that's like your local Walmarts and stuff like that. But the entire world, somebody's in Europe right now looking at this and like, oh, she's that? Come on now.
Okay, so how did I end up on the registration? Some of y'all are asking that question because y'all really want to know, but some of y'all minds is already made up. As we can see, y'all already Googled me and then took my charge and brought it into the comments. So it's kind of like y'all are asking me how I end up on the registration, but we know why I'm on the registration. Yes, we know why. Yeah, how I ended up there was because my lawyer wasn't. So let's just break it down to the
So she's not even taking accountability of
situation. When I was 19 years old, I was being sexually by this dude. He had other girls he was trafficking. Okay? So then whenever they caught us, I wasn't really on no like police shit. I wasn't on some shit like, oh what? Yeah, I'm finna like be on some police shit. So when the police was asking me questions, I didn't answer the questions. So it looked at like I was guilty. What? Or it looked at like I was in cahoots with him. Or it looked at like me and him was together in on this or whatever. The girl on my case, yes. Yes. He was pimping both of us. Okay? Bruh. When I went to court, the government decided they didn't give about that shit. Period. That's how I end up on the registration, because the government, the same way y'all formed y'all opinion already about it, don't even know shit about shit. All you know is, oh, you know my charge, and then you can see the age of the girl that's on my case. That's it. You saying, oh, at 19 years old, you're able to do this, you're able to do that. What are you able to do if you're... What do you mean? What are you able to do?
Bro, you can go to the military and fight for our country at 19, really at 18, and they recruit you at 17 in high school. So don't try to be like, oh, you were naive to what you were doing and da-da-da-da. If you was a victim, baby, you was a victim.
Somebody is over you and you are scared for your life. What the talking about? And at the end of the day, it's really a female thing, and the majority of my hate is coming from the females. And you can tell you never been in a situation. You can tell you ain't never been sexually in your mother life. You can tell that shit off real, because your reaction wouldn't even be no shit like that. Oh yeah, her was in cahoots. They was doing that to the talking about. Yeah, Because you was there. Yeah. That makes sense.
Depending on your state, you might be eligible for deregistration. I guess to get off the list. Shoulda opened your mouth and snitched. Boo-hoo, stay on the list. I mean, that's common sense. If you a victim of a crime, you're gonna defend your abuser, your attacker. Say, now we're victim blaming. Say, I never heard of a victim being singled
Pretty
out.
much, she thinks she's in jail and she's on the other end of the crime because she's not a snitch? What? If you was a victim and had proof that you were victimized and the guy probably came forward and was like, oh, I did this to these two girls, da-da-da-da, I'm sure they're going to ask him multiple times. Or he probably even ratted and was like, oh, she was my accomplice. Like, you tell him, you're blaming your lawyer and you the one that didn't say anything, but you said something to your lawyer. If you're a victim, you don't care about no lawyer because you're not fighting the crime.
Let's say a quick question. Why wouldn't you tell if you're a victim?
When I say I didn't tell, I mean the police. When the police was questioning me about him specifically, I didn't tell. I didn't say anything. First of all, he knows a lot of dangerous people.
What?
So it wasn't even a situation like I could just tell and be scot-free and just roam around, live my life. No, like my life was going to be in danger. Anyways, I told my lawyer. I told the government. I told my lawyer again and again and again and again. I had people vouch for me to my lawyer and to the government. So when I say I didn't tell, that's what I mean. I'm talking about the police. I told my lawyer everything, thinking my lawyer was going to help me.
You ain't telling the police. Why you telling us 8-10 plus years later? I don't understand it. So if you were trafficked, you 1,000% would have went into witness protection. That's facts. If he knew dangerous people back then when you were 19, you did 8 years, so you probably 10 plus years now. What's the difference? Because he gonna know him forever. What's the difference between then and now?
There's TV and there's real life. Okay? This is real life. Ain't cut scene, ain't none of that shit. No fucking witness protection. That's not how that works. They don't give the feds don't give a f your ass.
That's dumb because you're bringing your real life to the TV and people are going to assume it's a true story. What is he talking about? You were 19. He was 22. She was 13. You knew better. That's the whole point. How she know better if she barely an adult?
What?
They could change your identity. They could change your appearance. They're changing your state, your way of living. Bro, I'm not trying to hear that.
I'm a registered sex. Made that video out of frustration, and I should have took it more seriously as my opportunity to express the things that I experienced being sex. I originally met him, I was with two of my homegirls. I was 19, they was both 16 when I originally met him. He tried to traffic my friend. She left. She came back. She was there when the other girl was there as well. I'm literally telling y'all what I was thinking at the time 10 years ago when I was a scared little girl and was making
She's gonna try to cry. $10 on Cash App, she's gonna try to cry.
When I was a scared little girl and was making impulsive, emotional decisions. Of course I regret not getting myself. Of course I regret not being strong enough. Of course I regret that shit.
She better not.
I grew tough skin because I did express to the government on multiple different occasions. One of the other girls who was there, she did tell the government. She did tell my lawyer I was a victim. I never recruited any girls for him. He knew her through his cousin, and then the other girl that was there, she was my friend. He was doing some fucked up ass shit to me. You don't think I regret that shit, that I did not stick up for myself and get myself help? I experienced that shit for 8 months. So yes, it is my fault that she endured it for as long as she did, because I did not stick up for her and I did not stand up for myself. Years later, I'm a completely different person. I view things completely different. I absolutely see everywhere where I went wrong. I absolutely see where I'm at fault. And that is how I know that I do not belong on the registration. That is how I know that I am truly a victim of sexual. No matter if I am an adult or not, I'm truly a victim. There's so many adult women who are victims of sex. The me being his bottom bitch narrative came from the government. Me and him, I didn't even know him like that when he started trafficking me. I didn't even know him like that. Then I felt stuck with him. Like, where am I going to go? What am I going to do? He has all the money.
That made it worse of where I'm going to go. That made it worse because now it's like you do whatever he say because you want the money. You like the money that comes with it. And if that's how he gets his money and you're stuck with him, doesn't that mean you're aligning with the crime he's committing as well? I'm just saying. Said 19-year-old with 16-year-old friends. I haven't had a 60-year-old friend since I was 16. That's fact. He said all my friends was that age, and I was 19. But I also graduated high school and went to college at 16. Well, that's different. The incident happened in 2016. Y'all wasn't trialed, I guess, and convicted until 2018. So that's 10 years ago. So that's what, 2-year difference right there. It hasn't been 10 years. You immediately started with a lie. You lured her to him. He didn't find her. You did. I had my own place at 19 since 18. There's no excuse. Watch your back out there in Georgia. So you pleaded guilty though. That's facts. You said a lot of people are encouraged to take a plea deal that is opposite to the truth. Bro, if you're making a plea deal and they got you as a criminal, bro, I am putting not guilty. No, because if you go to trial, they have to hear you out. They have to have evidence. They have to have this, and that. They could say, oh, you were scared. She didn't want to talk. Okay, cool. But now you're on some, oh, I'm on the other side with him, and you're scared to talk because he was dangerous.
Stop the cap.
So many people lack education, empathy about these things. It's also rooted in domestic violence against black women. I worked on expungement, and when I was in the law school, she's taking her side, but got proof that Tory Lanez don't have evidence on the gun. Supposedly he shot, and I don't see nobody taking his side. Well, you know, some of these women.
I think my biggest thing of if you grown as a person and you was victimized, it's like, what can you do? Would y'all would have told that story? I'm just saying, if you already knew the government, the feds didn't believe your story, you think people online who can see your charge and see the small details that you're probably leaving out that was written on the articles and written on the documents and rooting on the case, that they got statements from the other two girls? Like, what are we talking about? You're 19, hanging with 16-year-old girls that's in high school, but you graduated. I don't understand it. That's me personally. I don't understand it. And if you would have did a crime like that, why the are you on this internet telling all these strangers that you don't know? Like, we don't know you. We could walk past you in Walmart and we wouldn't have known that. But now, guess what? We gonna know now. Come on now. Like, real life victims of sex, you know what? And then you trying to play victim, but yet the two girls could have said, oh yeah, she's a victim, she's just a little scared to talk. Bro, you know how many times and how much they would have tried to investigate and interrogate all three of y'all, and you didn't want to talk to them, and they were telling you you're safe. Bro, I don't know about y'all, but I be watching them police interrogations. No victim is gonna, you know, even a person that's committing the crime is gonna lie about it. They're gonna talk. You telling me you're a victim and you ain't saying nothing? That just don't make sense to me, bro. That don't make sense to me at all. But hey, man, I'm Jay. Y'all gotta say in the comments, man. I pray them little girls, you know, heal from this traumatic situation that she put her in. Well, they put her in. Hey, I'm Jay. I'm going.